Chapter 10. Verse 11. What life was like for us. Our lifestyle, dwellings, diet, daily pursuits, mental and physical health, longevity, aspirations and understanding of the world were very different than yours are. For instance, not one person ever picked up an axe, a sharp stone or a saw and cut down a tree. Not one in our entire life cycle. It never even occurred to a person that such a thing could or should happen. Completely inconceivable. Our trees were huge compared to yours and so plentiful that many tribes/peoples had perpetual fires just to deal with all of the branches that the trees donated to us to use. We were individually taught to live by our personal guides. They were our spiritual family and consisted of a mother, a father, a brother, and a sister. Instead of our physical parents sending us off to school to be taught by other people, they encouraged us to spend our day in connection with our guides. We would play, explore, wander, and marvel. Our physical parents taught us certain life skills, but the spiritual parents taught us mostly. Even the lessons that the physical parents taught us were considered temporary, until we learned a different way or preferably, developed our own way to do it. Our parents didn't care at all when a child rejected their ideas and plans. They actively encouraged it. My mother used to call me lazy if I continually did things the way she had taught me. Learn your own way, lazy. Find your own partner to marry lazy bones. Someone you like, she would laughingly say. We were always trying new things and new ways to do things, understand things, and perceive things. This was the only education we had or needed. Our teachers were with us 24/7. We heard them in our heads. We saw them in our waking dreams, our visions. We had dual perceptive abilities that enabled us to perceive and interact with both the external physical world and the internal spiritual world simultaneously. We could see, hear, smell, touch, and taste both with equal veracity. To us, they were as real as each other. When everything was in a relaxed state, we perceived both realms equally. If we chose to focus our attention on something in one realm, then our energy flow would enhance our perception of that realm while diminishing the other. We could be completely focused on one while having the other blocked off. We always knew which was which and never confused the two. They always worked together in a symbiotic way as the left and right sides of the person. This allowed us to fully engage life in every situation we encountered, and then we could thoroughly process all of the energy from it. All day, every day, we frolicked in the real world with our friends and natural family. We also frolicked in the internal experience with our spiritual families and spiritual friends. It would be like how a person could use an augmented reality headset in your life cycle, except we would be having a full sensory experience, intertwined with our spiritual world, not a computer program. This was our normal everyday state. Then, in the waking dream state, we would focus completely on the internal world. This was full immersion, more like what people would experience in true virtual reality headset mode. Except we had full, sensory, and visceral experiences. We had one mind but two very different worlds that we lived in with two very different bodies. It was effortless, simultaneous, and seamless for us. This is how humans are supposed to live. This is how we will show you how to live instead of struggling along with one hand tied behind your back. These waking visions were amazing. We were in them. They were like the sleeping dreams, but we were completely alert and had more conscious input and deeper emotional interaction. They were much more like sleep dreaming than daydreaming, which can initiate the waking dream experience. They could be with a strong narrative that would last for days or weeks, but mostly they were quick, powerful, and enjoyable. It was at times as tangible as the physical world, often better, much better. This is because we learned how to use our entire bodies to experience the fullness of emotion while in this state. These physical sensations were experienced by the adult in a different and far superior way than the way they were in their youth.